All right, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in for today's recap. It's been a while since I made a video, but here I am, back and better than ever. I moved across state lines from Florida to Tennessee. So here I am in my new apartment. I finally have my own office, an own office space. So that is definitely a step up in the world. So nice distraction-free area to trade. And also, just overall a better area for lifestyle. And so far, I'm enjoying it. But let's get into the recap. I don't want to make this video too long. So let's get into today's. I haven't made a recap in a while. To sum it up, the past maybe 2 months or so, I've just been trading small size. A lot of changes going on in my personal life. With the whole move, getting a job, and so I've been kind of tight on the time. So I've limited my output in video making. But right now I'm going to get back into posting some daily recaps again. I want to get back into my routine of posting daily recaps. I just find it helps me a lot with reviewing my trading performance, because it allows me to speak out loud, speak my thoughts out loud, and assess my performance during the day. It also is rewarding knowing that there's people watching and getting value from these videos. So I'm definitely going to get back into the routine of making daily recaps. So this is the first of many, many, many more to come. And I have so much more content to share. So definitely stay tuned. Subscribe if you're a new viewer. Like the video and share it with your friends if any of your friends are into trading. But let's get into this recap. So today finished up $80, $80.64, trading NRSN. So NRSN at the open was very nice. APGN, we had a little movement. EVAX, I'm not quite sure. I think this was a pre-market trade. EVAX. GNS, this one was off the rails midday. Right around 10 o'clock, it curled up. A huge squeeze through the high. At that point, I've already wrapped it up for the day, and this thing was moving. Now I was already doing other things at the time. So once my mind is signed out of trading, it's pretty much it for me. I don't go back into the markets and start trading again, because at that point I'm in a mindset of fearing giving back profits that I made and worked hard for in the morning. So once I wrap it up mentally and check out of trading, I'm pretty much done, and I'm on to other things to do during the day. Sometimes I do, when the market is really hot, sometimes it will stick around. But right around this area here, 10:30, 10:45, I pretty much wrapped it up. GNS did break a new high, but I really didn't think it was going to run much higher than 109. And we broke 109 and we just started ripping. But at this point, it's 11 o'clock, 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'm doing other things at this point. I'm not logging back in and start trading again. There's been so many times where, mentally I'd be done, wrapping it up at 10:30, 11, and then I come back at 12 o'clock and take more trades, and I'm completely fumbling the football, and I just give back profits, and then I'm in like a state of fear of giving back more profits, and then it just spirals out of control, and I give back all the profits that I made in the morning. And statistically, I do the best in the morning, especially when I'm fresh. Right when I wake up, the first couple hours of the day, I'm always the most awake, the most aware, and I perform the best the first few hours of waking up. So that's why I trade pre-market and at the open for the first 1 to 2 hours. So that's still a solid potentially 5 hours of trading, or 4.5 hours, 4 to 4.5 hours of trading, which is plenty of time to make a solid income from trading. You really don't need to be sitting in front of the computer all day. If you want to make more money, you're definitely better off taking bigger size on the trades that you've been taking, rather than sitting on the desk the whole day and taking more amount of trades. So finished up $80. Let's go over, we also traded XRTX. So, let's go over XRTX. This one here, I traded this, I think at the open. I traded this at the open, yeah, for the attempted VWAP breakout at 21 and stopped out at 19 as it didn't break immediately. And so that was a good cut there for a small 2-cent loss. GNS, this one I traded, but I'm actually red on GNS, which is crazy. This thing ripped to almost 300%, and it's already up at $3 a share. This is really a good sign for momentum going forward for tomorrow. When you see a 300% rip. But yeah, here I went for 88. I was in 88. I was going for that break of pre-market highs, and I got rejected on cut it pretty much break even. And here again, I FOMO'd into the high at 92, well, kind of not really into the high at the dip, but we didn't see that pop immediately. We dipped down even lower, so I cut it, tried to get back in lower, but then we dipped down even lower, and 3 cents on a 91-cent stock. That's like 4 or 5%, and I was like, already, this is very, look at this size, very, very small size. I'm not even sure, maybe it was like a test trade or something. Here's 100 shares, but yeah, I did small size on GNS. My main size was on NRSN, and across the board, my size has been pretty small. I really am working on getting back to this share size I was at before, but I just don't feel like I've had that mojo that I've had in the past. I'm still trying to find my consistency again. It feels like, I'm not as consistent as I was, so I'm just waiting for when the time is right for me to size up again back to the $10,000 position size. But for now, it's small size pretty much across the board. Here and there, I'll have some bigger size trades. Here I took a dip off the VWAP, so pretty much sitting on the bid and trying to sell on the ask, so 2 cents there. Here, tried catching the dip again here, but this one was about a break even. Here, I was going for that 1-minute candle to make a new high at 153, but we fell through, and I cut it all the way at the low, 241. Sometimes that happens. So 45 to 241, 4-cent loss there in 200 shares. Well, half of that actually I sold as a loss. The rest I sold at break even. Here on the dip, pretty much sitting on the bid, trying to catch the bid, and then selling on the ask for any sort of buy up of the bottom of the wicks. Break even there. Here again, same thing. Buying on the buying the bid. An extended sell off, waiting for that wick to start forming on the bottom and selling into that buying for the reclaim of the bottom tail. Bottoming tail, so 2 cents there, and then NRSN. Let's get into the video recap, because the video recap can show you a lot more than what I can explain here just through the visual chart, not real time. So let's get to the point of the open here. So NRSN was the one to watch. So usually right at the open, I have one test trade with one share. That's what I do, and every single day at 9:30 and 9:31, or mostly 9:30. At 9:30, whenever I'm trading a stock, literally at the opening candle, I'm always testing it with one share first and see how the fills are. Are they instant? Are they getting stuck? Are they floating orders? Am I not able to trade this? I always want to know how the fills are before I start taking bigger size. And this is probably the best thing I've changed in my trading in the past few months, because months ago I would just right out of the gates, that first minute, I was taking normal share size, and a lot of times my order would get stuck, it would start floating, and then I would get filled 30 seconds later at a different price, and then by that time the stock was already flush on me, and I would instantly be selling for a loss before I could even get out for break even. So, after experiencing that a lot, I just learned to, test the fills at 9:30 and see what's going on. How are the fills? How can you even, a lot of times you can't even trade, like occasionally you can't even trade a stock and you won't even notice until you start sending some orders and they won't even go through. Some of them stick and they're floating orders. Sometimes you can't trade, and then like all of a sudden at 9:35, 9:36, it starts opening up trading which is really random. Sometimes it does this. We've seen it before. It just randomly opens up trading at 9:36. Now TOS orders start flowing in and the stock starts going. So it's really good to test it with one share just to see, just to kind of test the water. So there, I saw the fills are good. So here I'm going for, so we broke a new low. We kind of reclaimed in this area here, and now we have a flat top. But we're under VWAP, so definitely want to be cautious. However, at the open, you can get a little bit of a red to green here, a solid red to green move through the VWAP and up to the next resistance point at 250. But so here I'm getting in for the break of that flat top. So we didn't go immediately, so I cut it. Once I don't get immediately resolution at the open, I'm always cutting it. Because look, we just got sold into another 15 cents. It could have rejected there and you'd be down 20, you'd be down 30 cents. Now we start retesting those highs, especially if you're going for a breakout trade like this, a flat top breakout, and it's underneath VWAP. You got to be careful. So it's either breakout or bailout. If I'm on a dip, I want to give it a little bit more time. I try to give it a little bit more time to work in my favor. But on the breakout, I'm usually breakout or bailout. So here we're retesting these highs. Someone took a starter there. Now we're adding into that confirmation, taking it out in the test of VWAP. VWAP is resistance, so that's why I took it off there. I can actually get back in as it starts. I thought it was going to just immediately break through VWAP and just squeeze up to 250. But since we didn't get that immediately, I cut that one for break even. And now this is where you got to be careful. You hit your resistance point and it immediately, you don't have much of a chance to get out for break even. You're down 40 cents a share. Now you're retesting these lows, but I'm thinking this is an extended sell-off. You got low volume relatively to the previous candle, low selling volume. So I'm going to buy this dip. I did sold for a small profit, and then I got back in. That one was actually a 1 cent loss. I kind of butchered that trade. I should have held that 12-cent entry and held that a little bit longer. Got back in at 13, selling now at 14.4. So another 1.5 cents. Now we're selling off again. We're seeing some buyers kind of holding this up. I do take my eyes off this and I go to a different stock. And this was actually a mistake because this other stock was setting up. NRSN was setting up. But I actually go to a different stock. I'm watching GNS, and this trade right here is where I got caught. I was going for the breakout and we actually flushed. And then we attempt this VWAP break again. And this is where it starts to get really good here. So now we have a sort of false breakout again on the VWAP, but now we're reclaiming the top of this wick, breaking back over VWAP. If this candle is going to close above VWAP, you want to be long. So I'm in now about to be 400 shares for the break of 2.4. Clearly we have bigger green volume than red volume. This topping tail, makes me a little cautious, but if the next candle immediately starts to reclaim it, then I would definitely get back in for a breakout or bailout trade. So they're right at the highs. I'm already taking half off for a small gain. We do break out and we're still kind of hesitant to keep going. This is where your tape reading skills are going to work in your favor. It actually starts breaking out a little bit more. It's a little bit of a delayed breakout there. This is where it could fake you out. Now we're selling all the way back down below VWAP. That's where it can really mess up a lot of scalpers because they go for the breakout and it gets sold all the way back into, and then it gets bought all the way back up to the top of the candle and starts to rip more. So this is where your tape reading skills has got to be key. So here we closed above VWAP. So I'm already putting in the starter for that. I'm going to add more into the next 1 minute candle, make a new high, taking it off at 43. We didn't get that 1 minute candle, make a new high, so I'm going to be patient. Still holding VWAP, very good sign. So I'm getting back in for the next 1 minute candle, make a new high. Boom, boom, 44. Out at 44 out of 45. We do make that 1 minute to make a new high. but we get sold back down into, and then it starts to go. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. So we break out by about, decent breakout. That was about an 8%, 9% breakout. Get up to this resistance at 260, we start getting sold into again. Definitely a trickier stock. So look at this. At this point, you're thinking anyone who bought up here, they're down 10 cents. That's 5%. Potentially, 4 or 5%. So you got to be careful buying high on the stock. Definitely a lot to get trapped, to get shaken out in. So here, the break back over 50, I took that off way too soon for break even there. But, reclaim of this wick, like we said, is usually a good sign. So I should have actually gotten long there for the 1 minute candle. Oh, there we go. We did get long, but I took it off for a 4-cent gain. Missed out on maybe 8 cents more of profit. Now, if we can close above 62 of this candle, 62, 63, if we can close above that candle, then we're looking towards the high. So I'm back in at 59 and out at 63. That was a quick scalp, just through price action, just a quick sell-off. And then seeing that it's strong, you're getting high volume into the high, I just got long there. And then in at 67, out at 69. Now we're looking for the highs, but I want to see a 1 minute pullback. That's what I want to see. I'm up 48 on the day. So we do get that 1 minute pullback. Take it off at, what did I take it off at? I was in 55, out at, I think I was out at 60. Then we dip down again. That's where we want to see the long. Sometimes you want to see the 1 minute low to see if it reclaims. That's a really good entry. Make that next 1 minute low and see what the candle does. If it closes below this previous candle, then you're bearish. If you see that bottoming tail holding 250, then you're bullish. Sometimes it doesn't make that 1 minute low, and you kind of just have to make that call premature and hope that you're just not in the dip too early. Sometimes you're in the dip too early if you don't wait for that 1 minute new low, and then you'll see that dip down lower, and you're already in maybe 10 cents higher, and you might get shaken out. So it can be a little risky getting in without seeing that confirmation there of the low. So I'm in 100 shares at 59. And at 65, this was actually a chase there. I chased it up there at 65. I'm still waiting to see if it's going to consolidate more or if it's just going to reclaim the top of that candle and then we're going to break out. So patience is key right here. I get in for that quick micro pullback because we see that double top here. And a lot of times you'll see that quick micro pullback before you attempt to break that 270 right here, this double top between these two candles. So we got that quick micro pullback and then we attempted to break. If we don't immediately break, I'm out. But this time we did see that break and it turned out to be a false breakout. I actually took looks like I took a 7-cent loss and a 4-cent loss there. Back in at 57, look at that. Back in at 57, back out at 64. So another 4-cent gain right there. Just for this support level off of the this 1 minute bull flag here. So that was a quick intuitive dip buy. I would say the hardest part about that is just you have to develop your intuition to be able to take an entry like that. So here we go for, now you start seeing some strength here. The tape is clearly speeding up here. We see lots of green coming in. So this is where I'd want to get long. So I'm in, I just loaded up 400 shares and I'm waiting for that breakout. I took half off for break even because we sold back with that topping tail. So I got a little bit nervous there. But we do end up going. I loaded up for 300 share increments now. And here we go. I mean, breakout, that one candle doesn't go. So I actually took a loss there. Now I load up again as it's attempting again. So I'm back in 600 shares. And I'm just like, you know what, I got to give it time. Half out at 77, half out at 89. So, you know, I missed out on another 12 cents there. But it was tricky. It was definitely tricky. It attempted the breakout a couple times and it pulled back. And here you go. You got a little bit of a false breakout. Now it's pretty much the end of NRSN. That was the end of NRSN. I did go for that quick, you know, going for, you know, buying here. There's 1 minute candle, make a new high for the potential retest of 291, but we just never get back up there. And that was it on NRSN. So, you know, I had some really nice scalps on there, and you know, that one trade on 300 shares was pretty good. That was a nice, you know, 15 cents or so, 18 cents. My stats are not too bad today, actually. I have a profit margin of 60%. My accuracy is 56%, which is a little bit under what I shoot for. But I've actually been seeing my win-loss ratio being a little more positive than it has been last year in 2022, but my accuracy being lower, which, you know, I'm okay with that because it kind of cancels out. So, you know, right now, my average win and my average loss today was actually 2-1, which is really, really good. And to have an accuracy of 56%, that's really good. So a 2-1 win-loss ratio and even a 50% accuracy is really good. So profit margin then was 60%. That's definitely higher than average. My average in 2022, my profit margin was like 27, 28%. So today was definitely a higher than normal profit margin. And I could sort of sense that I could kind of read NRSN a little bit better than some of the other stocks I've traded recently. So, you know, I really should have took that intuitive, you know, signal and started to size up a little bit. But, you know, then again, you know, I'm still kind of grinding on small numbers and just, you know, trying to build my confidence again to size up. But, you know, eventually, you know, I just have to go for it. You know, I always have to remind myself, you know, the day's going to come where, you know, I just have to go for it, and that, you know, I'm never going to be fully ready. And you just got to take that leap of faith, trust your years of development, and size up. Don't be afraid, and know that, you know, every other drawback that you've had in the past, you've recovered from, and you have a history of being profitable. So, you know, if you can just lean into that, lean into those skills, lean into your history of success, even if it's a small scale, lean into that, and you know, you should be successful sizing up. But in the beginning, it can be a little rocky because, you know, you're emotionally not conditioned for those bigger numbers. So you're going to be a little bit more attached, and that could influence your trading for sure. Could influence your trading. So you always got to be aware of that. But that's the video. Thanks for tuning in for the recap for today. I know it's been a while since I made a recap video, but definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be making some more recap videos, getting back into my routine. If you're still watching, please hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe. Also check out the links down below. You can sign up for Trade Journal today for free. A nice free journaling platform where you can upload your trades. You can do broker imports just like TraderView, but completely free. So if you want to save some money, cancel TraderView, sign up for Trade Journal today. You can use that referral link that I have in the description. And we're also going to be rolling out some more options for those of you who want a personalized mentoring experience. You can sign up through Trade Journal, and that will be available in the near future. So also keep in touch for that as well. That's going to be coming out relatively soon. But for now, we have the free version of, you know, setting up your Trade Journal. You can analyze your stats, your insights, your calendar, and you're running P&L on the day. All very useful stuff for being a successful trader, and you can sign up for that down in the description. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, peace.